Hi everyone, this is Hiba from My Little Journal, and today I'm going to be doing our Scrap Fast challenge. This is the 15-minute challenge. I have 15 minutes to create a spread in my traveler's notebook. And this episode is a little bit different because I'm going to be using a kit. I wanted to share with you how you can use one kit to create multiple layouts. Now, of course, we only have 15 minutes, so I'm just creating one layout with a kit. But I did want to share with you how simple and easy it is if you just have a small amount of products. You're not going through your stash. And as you guys have been watching my episodes for the Scrap Fast Challenge, you notice that I waste a lot of time looking for stamps or embellishments or whatnot, but I thought probably I should try just using or sticking to one kit. So today's episode, I'm going to be using the Studio Calico Traveler's Notebook Kit. It came with a bunch of embellishments that I think I can use on my spread. And I probably won't even use all of them because I know what I'm documenting. So I am going to make it easier on myself and try to stick to just the kit and this add-on stamp set. Now, this is a part of their new release, so I thought maybe I could use this stamp set to document some of the shows I'm enjoying. And if you've been watching my flip-through videos, you've seen that I like to document what I'm watching for the month. So this stamp set works perfectly for that. The kit has a lot of embellishments that I can use on my spread, so it's also going to make the process very, very easy. Now, like I said, I'm going to be documenting. Let me just remove these real quick. I'm going to be documenting 3 shows that I watched in the month of February. This is going to end up being my February Traveler's Notebook, and I want to use the stamp set to document those photos. Now, as always, I usually go through my Traveler's Notebook and try to figure out which pattern speaks to me and I feel like is going to work really well with what my theme or what I'm documenting. I noticed this right away. I really love this faves. It's a great way to kind of add my photos and then probably document or type in the names of the shows or even stamp them out. I really love this pattern. When I did a quick flip through of my Traveler's Notebook, I really gravitated to this pattern. It's just so pretty. And I can totally stamp some of these TV sets on one side and probably just stamp a large title in the center. I really love that. I'm thinking of using that one. This one's really nice and subtle. This will not work. So that's usually what I do. I love this pattern so much, but that's not going to work for what I'm documenting. This one's pretty cool. I could totally stamp out some of the TV sets, probably stamp the names of the shows. That one would work. Not, I mean, it's not something I'm really gravitating to, but that's usually how it works for me. I go through the patterns and then decide. That one's really cute. I'm still liking that first one I shared with you guys. That's too dark. That one's nice. And you can see I haven't used my Traveler's Notebook yet, so I think I'm going to end up using that beautiful pattern that I really like. And it's simple enough. I have a lot of space to add like a title in the center. I love using these little TV icons in usually all of my stamps. When I see a TV icon, I always imagine adding my TV show right behind it, so it would kind of look similar to this. So I really like this. I'm thinking I might just go with that. Probably go ahead and start my 15 minutes and create my spread, document these photos, and just end up using my kit for the month with the stamp set that came with the kit. I don't know if I'm going to use the stamp set because I really want to use this one. So I'm going to go ahead and start the clock, set all my products aside, and see how this one turns out. Let's see if just using or sticking to a kit is going to make the process easier and faster, and kind of try this out. So let's start. Okay, you guys, let's start the timer to 15 minutes. And I'm going to start by stamping out these TV sets. Now, what I thought I would do is I would stamp 3 of these TV sets because I have 3 shows that I've been binge watching and want to document. And I'm going to stamp them on white cardstock, trim them out, cut out the center of my TV set, and add my photo. Now, I could have saved myself a lot of time just by stamping the TV sets right on my layout and just add the photo right in the center. But for some reason, I really like the look of the photo behind my stamped image. It just looks more realistic to me, I guess. I know it's a stamp and a photo, but I just like that look much more than just stamping the image straight on my paper and then just adding the photo in the center. I don't know if you know what I'm talking about, but in my head, it works much better. Now, I did use my Studio Calico Color Theory inks because this is a Studio Calico traveler's notebook. So usually, I think actually always, the pattern papers in the traveler's notebooks match their ink pads. So I knew the Coral Bay would match perfectly with the left side of my spread. And that's why I used that ink pad to fill out my TV sets. And you can see it matches perfectly. It looks great. And I don't have to kind of rummage through all my ink pads to find the perfect color that matches my pattern paper. So definitely the Coral Bay, if you do have that ink pad, it will match with this side of your spread. Now I'm done stamping out my TV sets. Now it's time to fussy cut them out and also trim out the center of my TV sets. Now this is where most of my time was spent. It took me a while to, fussy cut these out and trim out the centers of my TV sets. But to me, it was well worth it. I think the end results look so much better than just kind of measuring your photo to fit into the center. I don't know, it just works better for me. And you'll see what I mean once I'm done fussy cutting these out and trimming them out. Now, I love leaving a little bit of a border around my trimming. I always feel like it's easier to fussy cut out when you leave a border. And I like that look. I like that messy look. I'm not using a die cut or anything like that. So I'm okay with having a white border. I love white borders. Obviously, if you watch my videos, I always leave a white border on my photos and things like that. I just love that look, and I love it on my fussy cut out stamped images. So I'm okay with it, and I definitely recommend it because it really makes the fussy cutting out much easier for yourself. So definitely leave a little border around your images. Now you can see I'm still good. I have like around 11 minutes left and I'm almost done fussy cutting out my TV sets. I'm gonna grab my We Are Memory little mat. I believe this mat was really cheap. I think I found it at Tuesday morning and it's been a lifesaver. I don't really need a large mat, and this one's perfect because it kind of sits on the side of my desk and I just grab it, and it really helps for me to kind of use my razor and things like that. So I'm gonna go ahead and start trimming out the centers. Now I'm not looking for perfection. You guys know I just go with it. You could use a ruler, but I feel like it takes longer and more time, and they're not perfect. You can see I sometimes kind of trim the wrong way, I guess, but it's fixable, you guys. You just go over it, you make it more of a straight line, and you're good to go. So I'm gonna do this to all 3 TV sets, and once I'm done, the hard part is done, I guess. I get to start stamping and putting my spread together. So once I get this one done, I'm just gonna grab those photos and stick them behind the center of my TV set. I felt like because I wasn't going through my stamp sets and I wasn't going through my embellishments and I was only using a kit, it came together so much faster than my usual 15-minute challenge videos. I really, really recommend if you are down to the wire, you're just wanting to create layouts and document your memories, that you should stick to a kit, because this really did come together really quickly. Even though I fussy cut out 3 TV sets, I cut out the centers of the TV sets, and all that good stuff, I still had time, and you'll see that once we get down to the wire. But I just was more relaxed than my recent 15-minute challenge videos. So definitely stick to a kit if you feel like you want to start this challenge or you just want to document your photos real quick. Definitely stick to that kit and use the stamp set, or kind of focus on one stamp set and not have to go through all your stamp sets to find the right stamp. But anyways, now I'm trimming down my photos. They're a tiny bit too large. I believe these ended up being 1 inch, if I'm not mistaken, even smaller, if I'm not mistaken. So if you're going to be recreating this layout and using Studio Calico's stamp set, definitely go smaller than 1 inch. On both sides, so an inch by an inch, I guess, or 1 inch by 1 inch. That's what I'm trying to say. Anyways, I'm going to go ahead and start sticking down my photos, or sticking them behind my TV sets. I really, really like how this looks, and this is what I mean when I said take the time to trim them out and cut out the centers, because it looks so much better when you add the photo behind the TV set. This one kind of gave me a little bit of grief. I couldn't get it straight, but I do get there. And now I'm gonna grab my stamp set again, and I'm thinking of stamping. There's a stamp in that stamp set that says binge watching, and you can kind of fill it out because it has TV show and it has episodes in and days. So you can fill out how many episodes you've watched, how many days it took you, things like that. I really like that idea. So I thought it would be cool to stamp that binge watching stamp under each TV set. And I just want to make sure that they will fit before I start stamping. And it will. So I'm going to start from the bottom and make my way up. That way I make sure that the stamp set fits, or the stamp will fit underneath every single TV set. Sorry about the headshots, but I really wanted to make sure that I get my stamp straight and proper and in the center. So I had to kind of get my head in there and make sure that I can see the lines properly. But they all fit. I love the font. I love this little stamp. It is my new favorite, and I think I'm going to be using this stamp in my planner to kind of document what I'm watching for the week. So I really, really love the stamp. This whole stamp set is adorable. Honestly, the font, the little phrases, the sentiments, everything on that stamp set is adorable, and it is one of my favorites. It is definitely a favorite from this month's release. Now that I got those stamped out, I believe I'm going to just go ahead and start sticking down my TV sets and making sure that they're all centered. And I want to leave some space at the top, because there is a stamp set, or there is a stamp in the stamp set that says binge watching specialist, and I'm definitely that person. So I definitely want to stamp that out, and I want to make sure that the top TV set sits properly and I have some space to add that stamp. Now there's also a stamp that says TV time, and I know I want to use it. I don't know where I'm going to end up adding it, but I just want to add this little stamp. It comes in this like rectangular box, and I just love it and adore the font, so I know I want to use it. I'm also going to end up stamping Just Chill on the left side of my spread. That is going to be my title It's big enough. It fits perfectly in between these like paint splashes, I guess that's what it's called. Now I do go through my kit trying to see if I want to change my mind at some point. You know what I mean? Like I give myself options. So I'm thinking, should I actually use that stamp as my title, or is there something in the kit that I can use? But I just go for the stamp because it's such a cute little stamp. It says just chill. It works perfectly with the right side of my spread, and it fit perfectly in between the paint splatter. So I like it. I go for it. I'm also going to grab the little Wi-Fi symbol and stamp that right above it. I really, really love how this title looks, and it took me 2 seconds to stamp it out and create my title, so it's perfect. Now I'm going to go ahead and fussy cut out that little box that says TV time and try to figure out where I want to add it to my spread. So I'm thinking I want to add this TV time stamp to the top right corner of my layout. Now, first I did think I would add it, like tuck it behind my TV, but because I really wanted to use the binge watching specialist at the top, I thought the top right corner would look much better, but I felt like it was floating and it kind of bothers me. I actually leave it and grab that binge watching specialist because I'm thinking I'm going to go ahead and stamp it, but you can see me go into my kit and say I need to find something to back up that TV stamp or the TV time stamp. I go through the labels. I found one that was the same coral color and it looked really good. So I'm going to use it to back up that TV time stamp. I really like how that looks. It's not floating anymore, and it brought in some color to the corner. So I'm going for it. I just go ahead and add the label, and I'll add my little stamp and call that done. And I like it so much better. Now that I have that one done, I'm going to go ahead and stamp binge watching specialist. It fit perfectly. I love how it looks. And you can see me at some point. I don't know what to do. Do I go back into my kit? I have so much time left. I really don't want to add much. I think this is looking really good. So I end up just grabbing a pen and filling out my binge watching. So I'm going to end up filling out my first show, which is You. I watched that, I think, within 3 days. And I filled out how many episodes it was that I watched in 3 days, things like that. I think that's what I filled out. But I watched You. I didn't think it was the best show, but it was one of those shows you watch and you can't stop watching. I thought the ending was ridiculous. I think the show was ridiculous. I'm sorry for the You fans out there, but I really didn't like it. The next show is a Turkish show that I watch. I love watching foreign shows, and I've been watching that show nonstop. I'm loving it. So I filled that out. And I also watched The Bodyguard. OMG, you guys, if you haven't watched Bodyguard, you need to watch it. I literally watched the whole season. There's only one season, but I watched the whole season in 2 days. Yes, I was addicted. I think it was the long weekend where I watched it, and I could not stop. So definitely, if you have Netflix, watch The Bodyguard. It's such a good show, you guys. Oh, and it does have King Robert from Game of Thrones. So definitely eye candy for any of you guys who are interested. Anyway, you saw me grab that 0 thinking maybe I should add that to my title. I have a lot of time and I'm just playing around a little bit. I do that sometimes. Sometimes I just go through the kit and see if there's anything I can use. Just to fill out my time and feel like, I used every minute and every second of my 15 minutes. But I do add a little sun sticker. Just thought it was kind of funny because I don't go out when I'm binge watching, so I never see the sun. So I thought it just worked perfectly. But anyways, I'm almost done. The timer is down to the wire and it's 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and we're done. Okay. I did it. So actually when I was trimming down my TVs, I thought I didn't have enough time. Let me just remove all this stuff. So I really like how this turned out. It was so simple. Obviously, all I did was really stamp. I used the stamp set, a little bit of embellishments here and there, but I really, really like this. I love those TVs. And it was so easy. It was so simple. I was really done way before the 15 minutes were over. I think using a kit or just a stamp really, really made this easy. So definitely recommend if you want to do the 15-minute challenge, probably stick to a kit or a stamp set and kind of build from there. I could have definitely added crystal drops if I wanted to, or more embellishments, but I really think that this looks great without adding much, especially that I stamped the TV sets in pink, or that's like a corally pink to match the other side of my spread. So it added a lot of color and interest to the right side of my layout. So I'm really happy with how this turned out. It was really fast. It was really simple. So I definitely recommend to stick either to a stamp set or a kit and create some spreads with your 15-minute challenge. And of course, if you do the 15-minute challenge, I definitely would like to see your spreads. So don't forget to tag me on Instagram and use the hashtag scrapfast. I would love to see your spreads and how long it took you to create a spread. Anyways, I hope you enjoyed watching this video, and if you did, please give me a thumbs up, and if you are new to my channel, please consider subscribing, and I hope to see you guys very soon. Bye!